I'll be right with you guys. Well, hello there, everyone. How are you doing? It's an odd hour, 3 o'clock in the morning, a Friday, Saturday morning, Friday evening. Let's go with August 23rd. Am I right here? 27th. Oh, shit. August 27th, Saturday, 2022. And you ever just wake up at just an odd hour? And it's no good reason. Not like I had to pee. Wasn't like I'd slept enough or that I was, drunk or anything. It was just I just woke up and I was awake. And sometimes when you wake up, yeah, I mean, I feel perfectly fine. Had a couple cocktails last night. Took a little bit of NyQuil because I was not feeling well. I know I don't put it out there. You should ever really participate in the pharmaceuticals, but yeah, kind of needed it. I'm feeling all right. I had a nice meal, some mushy carrots, some herbs and whatnot. And anyways, I wake up and you ever just confronted with that stark reality? It's not stark in a bad way. It's kind of in a good way. People are this is has to be the last generation of people. There's no way we could be dumber. I mean, I don't mean we as in me or you, but that there's some sort of if everything's a reflection of you, I don't believe that so much anymore. I cannot believe. No. Like there's no way, no time ever that I would have mounted or come to be this person. Uh, let me give you an example. I mean, I get it. Like if you take if I lived that person's path in their life, I would be exactly that. That's correct. Yes, but I don't see how it's a reflection of the totality of reality. Totality of reality. There's this girl on TikTok, and she buys food, and she does. I haven't watched the whole video. I don't know what goes on here, but I think it's a dude dressed up as a chick. I'm thinking, not that I care, not that I fucking care at all. Maybe she's like, I'm guessing Taiwanese, maybe Thai, probably Thai, whatever the case is. And she's got makeup on, like rolled it down with a paintbrush, and she gets food in a mall outlet, I guess. I haven't watched too much of it. I watched like two of it before I just like wanted to take a sawed off to my skull and just see if I could blow enough of my brains out to so that I was this retard. It's kind of like how flame retardant material is. Fire doesn't it won't catch fire. See how retired I was. Anyways, so she buys food and then she pretends to eat it and then just talks some weird stuff. Like she puts it up to her face and like acts like she's eating it and then what is going on here? Is there something? Does she have like a mental disorder? I mean, obviously she does. I don't, well, I'm just acting. I'm just goofing. Like, no, 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 no. This is well beyond that. But I mean, that's just it's just one of a million TikTokers that are like, what are they TikToking? Are they just counting their days till they're done here? I don't understand. What is their purpose? Are these people alive? It reminded me of an old album by the Gorillaz. It's funny enough, the Gorillaz are a talented musical group. You know, they all of the singers good, the musicians are good, and in fact, very you would know most of them from their bands, but they make a kind of an electronic slash analog band that they use a bunch of gorillas as their what's the word, monikers, is that right? Would monikers be correct? I don't know what word I'm looking for here, but it's icons, and that's how they present themselves. Pretty cool stuff, which is kind of what people do. They represent themselves as a symbol on the interwebs, and you can play a part, you can play a character, you can become Hollywood actor all you want. And but they have a song called "The Last Living Souls," and I'd like to read it to you. I'm not going to sing it to you. I'm going to read it to you in the same breath as Charlton Heston read Ice T. Remember Ice T when he did that song "Cop Killer," and he read it to the Supreme Court, and he read it in this voice with his Christian thing that he does, and he read it because they were trying to get him and what's the climate guy, Al Gore, Tipper Gore, was it Tipper Gore that was trying to get bad words banned? And he's like, oh, Charlton Heston. Okay, well, let's read this "Last Living Souls." Are we the last living souls? And we'll read that. We'll do that refrain 4 times. Are we the last living souls? Take a gun, or how you say, that's no way to behave. So now we meet again to sing a song that doesn't sing. It grows. Are we the last living souls? Are we the last living souls? Are we the last to get away to a song another day? Or do we know? Well, we know, because it seemed to be conveyed that way. Are we the last living souls? Are we the last living souls? Are we the last living souls? If you're the last living soul, get up, get up, get up, get up. What you say? Because all I had sung, I got it down and wrong. I see myself to get, the Lord seeing all now. Can you take us in? The part that coming on. The coldest man doesn't see it all. And when you go to the car, I see you walk to the far. And when you get there, do you see? Do you see? You're fit the last you need on me. Because we're the last living souls. We're the last living souls. Yeah, we're the last living souls. We're the last living souls. I don't know. I didn't read that. I didn't read that prior to this. I just made the song. If you've never heard it, it just makes sense. The whole thing about like there's 144,000 souls on this planet. I'm kind of believing it. I think everybody else is either NPC'd or robot, or there's they're just walking around aimlessly. I don't know if there's anybody living in there. Like they're empty shells of nothing. How do people? I mean, I get it, having traumas and having all sorts of triggers and traumas and things to make you act in certain ways with obsessive compulsive disorder, or uh, any of the number of what you might call psychological dilemmas in life. I get it. It's part of that. It's part of the process of of teaching, training yourself, of neurolinguistically programming yourself, of participating. If you get bit by a dog when you're a kid, you might not know it, but you don't like dogs. If you there's all sorts of things that you could have you acting all goofy. But where we are with the way people act these days, I mean, between the drugs, the trauma, the programming, I mean, it is wild out there, dog. But on the other side of it, I feel like it kind of opens up the whole thing, the whole Pandora's, like, whatever's going on, Pandora's box, the whole thing is just wide open because the amount of people out there that are dumb AF, dude. People that are just completely just lost, or maybe not even lost, not even lights on, nobody's home. That are making it somehow. That are like they have a place to live. They have something to eat. They're doing something, and people pay attention to this stuff. I don't know who they are and why they're paying attention, but like, what's going on? The world is a really, really strange place right now. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, certainly it was kind of strange, say in the 1920s with factory systems and going to school and be part of the Rockefeller program and blah blah blah. I mean, but we're not too far from that now. What are people doing? What are people doing? This whole avant-garde pop cultural, like, you ever look at how the Chinese and Japanese, the big city part of the culture gets down and everything's all like digital and bright lights and did you ever watch American Gods or any of the Ready Player One, or, like, especially American Gods? There was like what was called the chick's name was Media, and she was a digital representation of this kind of like K-pop girl that just it's all fancy candy, ha ta 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 ta. That was like, that's their culture. Like, everything's bright and shiny and poppy and like fake happy. It's like you ever heard the term smiling depressives? Like, I feel like that's most of society. Like, I mean, generally speaking, people that I run into in public, I think they're genuinely, they're good. They're good. I mean, at least where I live, and I say that as a caveat because I think in New Orleans this is just a little different of a place. People are genuine here. They're genuinely just content and joyful, and there's art and music and blah blah blah. But other places, and I've been there, and I've seen these faces, these smiling depressives, like the amount of people do drugs recreationally here, where I think people do drugs in other cities that's the only thing to do. I remember seeing a chart on where do people take the most prescription drugs and where do people do the most drinking. And oddly, it's not here. I would have thought here would be like one of the big drinking places. All the places you think of is like big per capita drinking. No, it's in odd places, like Midwest places and way northeast. So like super cold places and super empty places. Alcoholism and all that. It's very big, and pill popping and whatever. It's not like the major cities where you think it'd be. You think it'd be like in Philly or party cities or whatever. No, it's not that. It's not that way. It's quite different when you really get into it. But the amount of people that I think, I'm really leaning on. I think that we're already in a type of Westworld. I already think that there's, they live or they walk amongst us, that kind of thing. I already think that's true. What's that, Ryzen? What are you doing? Yeah, Ready Player One. What a great movie. Yep, one of my favorites. Definitely up there in my all-time favorites. It'd be hard to put it in my top 10, but you know what I mean. It's like it's something that comes to mind that if someone hasn't seen it, I'm like, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. And I really do appreciate the ending. You know what I'm saying? Where they kind of like, all right, you can live live in your digital world this many days, but you need to live in the real world too. So they're kind of reorganizing the real world, so it's not like this whole gutter, like where everybody's trying to get into the digital world for escapism. So I like the ending because I'm like I've always put out there. I'm not the hippity dippity go back to living in the cave and everything's got to be organic and everything's got to be we love the trees and I mean of course I mean got to be one with nature, but technology and tools are there. So I like the ending. Dan Hoffman, help me with that. Is that who wrote it? And sorry for not putting my dumb face on here. I'm kind of laying in bed, which I really don't need to be. I guess I could go sit down. I'm wide motherfucking awake. I've been wide awake since 3 o'clock. I just woke up and boop. So I kind of want. Maybe I'll just read some poetry to you guys. You guys want to listen to me? I mean, I don't know who's here. There's a bunch of people here earlier, but I guess they've all been on their way to dreamland. I'm gonna read you. Hey, I guess it's just me and you and a couple of people. Do you want me to read you some poetry? I'm gonna do some ASMR for you. How about that? A lot of people always say you should do ASMR. You have a really sexy voice. It puts me to sleep. I can just read something. I don't know. Everything can be equated to Don Hoffman. I don't get the. I'm not getting the reference here. What am I missing? What am I missing? And I do think no matter what, I'm gonna go get up and sit over in my chair. Feel like an old. I don't feel like an old man. Let me go sit in my chair. One second. I'm almost there. I just sat down on a. I just sat down on a 10-pound uh, quartz crystal. I couldn't see it because it's the same color as my brush. Oh, that hurt my asshole right there. I'm almost prepared. I need to get my camera stand. You can see my dumb face. Hold on. Almost ready. Good thing this isn't like talk show radio. 95 in the morning. Welcome to the breeze. I suppose if I could talk like that for any length of time, I probably would have gotten the radio, but I can only do it for a second or two before it gets annoying. Setting up this little camera here. We're almost prepared for this world here. If everything can be equated to numbers, then they were just a program. That's serious. 5 people in the room. 5 is related to Dogstar. How's that? Help me with that one, Rise enough. I'm not familiar with. 5 is Venus, I thought. Well, 5 is physical. Phi cycle, right? Which is Venus. V is 5. I thought that's how it worked. Okay, give me 30 more seconds so I can grab this table and. Should I grab coffee? Do I even need coffee right now? I don't think I need coffee. I just like the flavor of it. Oops, one more thing. Well, before I get into reading anything, let's finish up this thought though. about like how everything is so it's so unbelievable and so weird. Am I outside? No, I'm inside. I was just putting my headband on. There's me. I don't like this light so close to my head. There we go. So the benefit to everything being so weird and strange and crazy is like it has to be like must be people must have been reading that law of attraction and all of those teachers out there like, oh, the world is but your imagination, and people have really strange imaginations and they're letting their imagination just go into anywhere land because we're living in like so many different strange dreams right now. I mean, look, when you look around on the internet, you realize those people have normal, everyday waking lives. I've met some of them in public. You know what I mean? Those people that are like that. They act like that out there in public too. It's not. That's not like. It's not like They're not just doing that just behind closed doors. They exist. I've met furries. I've met people that are like that. So this the law of attraction and all that, like manifest your crazy desire. People like, oh, I want to be a like the fact that people can claim to be a cat and they live their life as a cat. Um, that's crazy. I'm not judging. In my framework, I mean, I like crazy people. I like them much more than normal people, but there is some sort of I mean, do what you want. I think everything should be artwork. I want to see somewhat of a circus or a carnival going on all the time. But these people they seem to not take a break from it. They're either putting makeup on to become the character they want to be, and they play that all day long. But it's like, do you ever just try just being yourself for a second? Like, no effort, no makeup, no. There's nothing to do. You just go ahead and you wake up and you go. You don't go. I feel like a fucking cat. You don't do that. You don't say I feel like a dinosaur. You don't say oh I'm a robot. You don't do that. Like just get rid of that thing. It goes. I want to play out this act and this character. I know all about that. Everybody does that. You wanna you go play basketball. Doesn't mean you're playing basketball all day. It's a little thing you do. You might be really good at it. So what are you when you're not doing that? That's what I want to. That's where I think there's a big loss for people. They go to their business meetings and they put their Halloween outfit on every day. They don't wait for Halloween. They put it on every day. Go to a business meeting, act different than they would be. They adjust their personality slightly, and then they're their real selves afterward. But now people are just living their lives all day where they put the whole thing on, the makeup, the costume, they act away. And I just wonder, like maybe they've escaped. You think they've escaped being just whatever is like authentic? There's not too much authentic shit out there. Uh-huh. Yeah, who's in the room? I don't. Yeah, they never talk. I don't know. Some people there at work. Some people are in the background jacking off. I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing is there's a big difference, rising love, between judging something and having qualifiers. I have qualifiers. I like what I like. I'm not judging strawberries to be good and broccoli to be bad. I'm qualifying for me that I like strawberries but I don't like broccoli. Well, I mean that's not actually true. I think they're both pretty awesome. But you know what I'm saying? That's the same thing with people. Like, oh, you're judging. I'm like, no, I can't. I'm not your judge. I don't have the capacity to judge. I'm just qualifying it for me. What's up, Frederic? How you doing? Yeah, I just fucking woke up and wide awake. So maybe what I should do is drink coffee. Maybe that'll put me to sleep. I'd really like to sleep a little longer because it's 3:30. I would like to sleep at least till like 8. Doesn't seem to be happening though, dude. Have I crushed some of these beers? This is just a little leftover from last night. So this whole thing of be whatever you want to be, I think you know what I might do. I might just take up extreme prescription and non-prescription drug use. I'm thinking about it. Because I've pretty much been, other than drinking alcohol and smoking a little. I mean, obviously through my life I've done most anything you think of. But for the most part, for the past I don't know how many years, you know, I wouldn't even take prescription drugs. I was vegetarian, did that thing, fasted, pretty much stuck to just drinking a little beer here and there, smoke a little ganja now and then. And I get, maybe, you know, most people say they're gonna wait until they're like late in their 70s. They get a briefcase full of heroin and whatever and start doing that. And, you know, and then end of their life, they're screw it. Maybe I'll just do that right now because I never really went that route. So, you guys want to support me doing a bunch of illicit and prescription and all sorts of substance on camera? I mean, I don't know that I can do it on camera, but I can allude to the fact that I have. You know, because there are people that tell you they've done something like psych substance, and there's a few channels out there. I'll just have to allude to. I'll just say swim. You know, swim. You don't know what that means. It's like you just say it when you want it when you're typing something, so it doesn't like say I did it. It's like somebody that I know, somebody I met. Anyways, I don't know, something to do. Just everything else seems so mundane at this point. Everything's so pedestrian. Rising love, you don't like strawberries, just fermented foods. I obviously I love fermented foods, all types of fermented foods. I'm very much into ferments, and even bitter stuff I like. But I can't deny myself how delicious strawberries or mangoes are. Oh, John Shamanica is dipping into that. Didn't know. Hey, I had no clue. I've been talking to him in a bit. Uh, hmm. I don't know, man. I just feel like you know changing my perception and state and observance of reality. Speaking of observing reality, hold on. I gotta fix my bed sheet. This is not. See, you want to see how this kind of OCD I am? This one. Not even OCD. But I made my bed. It's kind of funky. The fact that I just sit there, look at it. I don't want to look at it. Okay? I'm sure you guys can still hear me though, huh? Can you hear me? I think so. So, yeah, I don't know. It's like reinvent myself to do what? Like when I can become a professional fisherman, an angler? Doesn't really, you know, the sport thing. Not really into that anymore. Like I like bar games. I like pool and all that. I was pretty good at pool for a little bit, but I could never make a legitimate business out of it. Um, I'm kind of, I really enjoy helping people and herbs and all that, but I've already changed paths. What do I do? I think just become a John, just become like a male prostitute or something. But couldn't really call myself a prostitute. I don't know. There's plenty of things that I like doing, but nothing that I want to do all the time. Trying to change avenues of energy here. Talking on YouTube is slow. What you mean? I'm slow, or you just mean like in what way? Oh, fried fish, trout with some tartar sauce. Yeah, I'm down with trout, dude. I mean, I wouldn't. What I would do, really, I think for a little while, if I had my druthers, I would live in a, I would live in a cabin with a chica on a lake or something, and go fishing and catch fish for dinner. Let's get blazini, bug out, get a puppy. You know what I mean? Walks in the forest, smoke weed, have great sex, eat fish, go forage. Yeah, I would do that. What's up, Vincent? That sounds like fun. I wouldn't mind doing that. But the thing is at this advanced age, I'm not just I just don't want to take somebody. Like I have to have common mentality and interest with someone, and they can't. I'm not just gonna go hang out with somebody I'm not attracted to. And everyone seems to be all taken, or there's some fatal flaw or red flag or some sort of weird shit going on or too much baggage. It's like I'm not, you say don't look for it and love or something will fall in your lap. It's not working. It's just fucking not working over here. So I'm kind of like, what's to do? I would I would happily go do that for a little bit. Might be fun. Don't go smelling like a retard. What did I said that to somebody, right? Did I tell somebody I think they look like they smell like a retard? Did I say that? I'm sure I did. Who the fuck did I say that to? Ah, whatever. But that is pretty funny. I don't know. I would do healing work on people, but it's hard to put that shit out there when you don't have like all of your papers in order. Yeah, it's kind of what to do. I've felt for the longest time of life being this giant canvas, and I have writer's block, blank sheet of paper. I just go. Hmm. Really, I think my life would be way more cohesive. Like it'd be way more better if I had a chica, But like it's just it really is difficult for whatever reason. I think between the thing that just went on for 2.5 years, people's skepticism of other people, general baggage, or as we were talking about the other day, you either have baggage or you have inexperience. So chicks that I'm attracted to, inexperienced, tend to be younger, better looking, more fun, ready to go play games and have fun, but inexperience is kind of like that's a drag. Or then you get something older, and then like, oh, as soon as they got a kid, that's not working. It's just not going to work. I'm not dragging around your little snot nosed brat that's not. I'm not the father of, and I don't want to take that role. You know what I'm saying? So what am I left with? Chicks that are chicks that are probably by the time they're 40, if they're by themselves, they're pretty much they've settled into being a cat lady. So Afro man, what are you doing? Have I heard of the tomato? No, I have not. Well, Rising Love, let's do it. Do you know how many people have said that to me? I've had people like, "Hey, I'm down to do it," and then they don't really get back to me. Like I'll talk to them, and they're like, "Let's do this. I'm down. I already know how to do all the shit. I'm your guy here. I used to build houses, top to bottom. I know all the shit. I know how the shit's done. I know costs. I know how to garden better than you do, even though I don't have a garden. I just know how energies work. I know what, and easily can find and process information quicker than anybody else. If you don't, I know how to do the whole fucking thing. Put a brother on. I just don't have I don't have the capital, the finances to do the whole goddamn thing. So I put it together. I help to build it. I don't need any. I don't need money off of it. If I got a roof and we can garden and fuck around and dance and drink and be merry, I'm all for it. I just don't want too many hippies there. Fuck you, hippies. Who else wants to go live in a garden? Ah, goddamn bunch of hippies. Ain't that the problem? Hmm. So I live in this infinite state of, well, if I plan on the future too much, be so focused on that, I'm not really enjoying now. And while simultaneously, like, I know that a future exists, but I'll just allow it to work itself out the way it does. Like I'm somewhat at the helm, but also I'm just along for the ride. Because if you take too much control, man, you lose all semblance of the journey, right? If I map everything out, and then I'm focused on this map, and we're doing this. We take this here and this, rather than just driving. You just get to where you're going. You get there when you get there. It doesn't mean that if when while I'm going somewhere, if something like I still know how to take a left and a right turn. I still know how to change a tire. I still know how to, you know what I'm saying? Growing food is not as easy as peeps think. Gathering is probably easier. I don't know, man. Maybe uh, growing food that grows on its own. You plant the gardens, and you take a couple main. You take a couple precautions on how to keep out pests, and you put it right. It will grow on its own. You don't really need to do shit. The seeds from out there. Shit will grow where it's gonna grow. It will grow where it will. It's not like you don't have to like. You have to tend to garden in so much as you have to pull out weeds and nourish the plants and keep the bad shit away. I'm not but when you get enough people, homesteading and farming and all that shit, it's funny people like doing that. They're very green tummy. They like doing that. So get those people that like doing that. Organize and let them tend to that because an idle mind is a devil's playground. So you just get people into that's what I like doing. Well, cool, you do that. Keeps them happy, keeps them nourished with going, look what I did today, look what I found, look trip this. And they feel like they've contributed. Contribution is, I mean, and also the major thing too is that I think most people that would end up bugging out with us already know uh, how, like what eating is. You know what I'm saying? Like there's gonna be no fatties that want to eat, 20 meals a day. There's gonna be nobody that's just like butchering themselves. Like we'll have feasts and whatever, but everybody will know what food is for. Most of the food we make will be going straight to making alcohol. We know this. Wine, liquor, whatever. Let's be smoking weed, get drunk, dancing like a bunch of fucking hippies. Just you think that's all life is? Yeah, basically, dude. Before some mushrooms, be married, be happy, be strong. Dance. Sounds like you're trying to live in some sort of great place. We can't have a great place. We gotta make progress here, bro. Well, yeah. I hear you. Water, yes. I think both have a very. You have to. There has to be some place that is. I mean, I can say. without question, because when I came forth, I knew without question what home was. And I did whatever this place is, this city, this is home. I can't really, there's no, and you can ask anybody here, they'll say pretty much the same thing. So I could make other homes, you know what I'm saying? But there's got to be home base. I'm all about wandering and exploring and, you know, I can choose whatever. But there's home over here, you know, and it's fun to explore. But to have an exploration, if you don't have a home base, there is no exploration. Then you're completely, you know, they say he who wanders is never lost. Yeah, I get that. But and that would be more of like the invisible staircase. But then you still gotta ask yourself, where the fuck are you going? Not going anywhere. Yeah, but like stop moving, sit the fuck down, stop, just relax, enjoy what you have here, build something, create something. You're not carrying around a canvas to paint art. To here, look at this monument here. You know, you think the pyramids exist where they exist, how they exist, because people were wandering? No, because people said here, we'll put this here. You think that giant those temples exist? You think? I mean, they obviously exist in a time and space for a reason. That people they found a type of energy that was people live in Sedona because it's a portal. Live in a portal. Your friend Roger has a 40 acres of land, but he's in a vegan mindset. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know how people are going to be vegan if they have a plot of land. Anything on a plot of land is vegetarian. It's living. And it's not. It's when people get in that vegan thing, man, it's always a cult, and their brain starts to rot away because they don't understand. Like I get the idea. I don't want to harm animals. I get the idea. I get the whole tenet of it. But as soon as you start moving towards that religious aspect and that cult like behavior, it's the same people who go to the grocery store and say, "Well, it says vegan," and it's just not. Just eat vegetables. Just call yourself a vegetarian. Get off the fucking bullshit. Be a vegetarian and treat things kind. It's pretty simple. No, there's no labels required. If you think that milk and honey are wrong, so be it. I mean, you're wrong because they're both death-free foods, and we have husbandry with these things. But nonetheless, people got to get off that bullshit. That's going to kill people too. I'm telling you, there's no way. I'll tell you the way I've told you 1,000 times before. Veganism, the reason it's been popularized by Hollywood. You all hate you motherfuckers hate Hollywood. I know you do. Hollywood, bunch of weirdos and pervs and Hollyweird, all this shit, right? Who is the main people pushing the green and the vegan agenda? Hollywood. So you must know that's connected to everything else they're doing. Vega is part of a plasticization of culture and society, telling you that you're bad for breathing and producing anything. A cow can't even fart, no methane, no carbon. You're a carbon-based creature. They hate you. What the vegan thing is to get people away from carbon, and you're carbon-based because they hate you. I don't see how people don't get the shit. Milk and honey, cheese and meat. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So rising love. That's exactly why we need a homestead, a farm, whatever the fuck you call it, just a fucking plot of land. Because I want to eat, cheese and drink mead with you. I'd be happy as anything. Live a quasi semi Viking style of life. Mead, wine, beer, moonshine, cheese, honey, berries. Sounds good to me, man. Once in a while, we got to kill a human. We'll eat some human meat. So he starts acting a fool. we'll just barbecue this motherfucker, that motherfucker. Well, what are we doing? We're feasting on this person's dead body for being a jackass. Oh shit! Is that door? Hmm. That was weird. I went from wide awake to I just went to sleep. Oh, you know why? I forgot. I wanted to go to sleep and I took a shot of NyQuil. That fucking hit me like a fucking 2x4 to the side of the skull. You guys, if I pass out on here, scream at me or something. I don't know. Wake up. Whoa, that was weird. You guys know about like whenever you're having a couple drinks and you're sitting at the bar. I'm sure this happened to you before. Sit at the bar, and you're perfectly fine. Then you stand up and go do something, and you're like 100%. You're there. Shots, drinking, friends, everybody's laughing, and you're 100% focused. You're dialed in. You're like 4 out of 10. You stand up, and all of a sudden you go from 0 to 60 real quick, and all of a sudden you're like an 8 drunk. It's 4 o'clock on the dot. What do you mean? Don't go Donner? What is Donner Party? Uh, yeah, I told you. I went to bed. I don't know what time I went to sleep. Maybe I feel like I went to sleep at 11 or 12, but I got up at 3, wide awake, and then because I wanted to go back to sleep, I was like, I should probably just drink this NyQuil. And I was still awake, and then it just hit me. Like, oh, hold on. And that's why earlier I said I should probably just start doing Donner Party. Oh, oh, you talking about the when the when the plane went down and eat the dead bodies? I mean, I'm not really. I can give two shits, man. Honestly, because we eat pretty cute, harmless little cows, man. We eat pigs, we eat chickens, we eat all sorts of shit. We mutilate, abuse, and slaughter these things. We eat them. Do I do the mutilating and beating and slaughtering? No. Do I want them to do it? No. If they didn't offer me meat, if it was not possible for me to acquire meat from the store, I would not. I would not eat it. I could maybe occasionally have a feast, like the Viking feast where I go slaughter a pig or something, or slaughter a maybe, but it would be so infrequently. But the fact that I feel like a vulture or a crow or a blackbird. I'm not killing anything. I'm not murdering anything. That's called a murder of crows. I'm not murdering anything, but I will eat the dead body. So in the sense that we're eating any animal's dead body, what's the difference that it's a human? If I didn't kill the fucking thing and it's there and it's just fresh meat, just dead, I'm like, well, what the fuck to do with this? Cook it up. How the fuck? Who do you know that you've never had Soylent Green? Do you know that you've never eaten human meat? You don't know that. You have no clue. You could have. I mean, there's places they kill cats and dogs, right? Now, someone goes, that makes you kind of fuck when you think about it or you've seen it. If you ever see someone treat a dog or a cat bad, you'll have a gut wrenching reaction. And if you've ever even watched any of those, movies that kind of put you in on factory farming, I was in the bathtub crying, puking. First time I seen one of those like vegan maker movies. Did I become a vegan afterwards? No. I still maintained. I was already a vegetarian. I just wanted to see what's up. But I was in the bathtub vomiting, and cry. That's how horrific it is. Do I eat meat today? Yes. Can you? Does that make me soulless, heartless? No, because I'm not doing the slaughtering. That's where I've come to the terms of it. It's like I can't bring that thing back to life, but that will nourish me. So I'm going to respect that and say thank you. I can't. I wish I could do something different here. I'm but the fact that I'm buying some meat they're going to throw out in the garbage anyways. It's not. I'm not encouraging them to go kill something tomorrow. My purchase of a dead body today does not make them make more tomorrow. You wasn't talking. Yeah, I'm just saying it in in the grand perspective. Like I was listening to this guy talk the other day. You know how there's a big thing. Hey, we're gonna eat bugs, and they're gonna make bug burgers and da 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 da. Fucking disgusting, stupid. But hey, if you eat shrimp, what is shrimp? What is a crab? They're basically fucking cockroaches, dude. Cockroaches in the water. We eat them. We eat them happily. Now, that aside, if you realize all of the food items that are in processed foods and packages, there is like a limit, but guarantee you there's a limit to how much mouse hair, how much uh, certain types of animals, feces, shit, dead animals, hair, bugs can be in any product that you have, and it's a lot. It's the threshold is a lot higher than you would think. So throughout your life, whenever you've had canned foods or vegetables, there's no way of keeping all of those things out of giant factories. It's getting into stuff. There's no way it's not happening. Now I'm not saying to make our entire burger from it, but you've eaten shit, you've eaten animal parts, you've eaten insects, you've eaten hair, you've eaten the whole thing. You're not getting away from that. When even if you were at a farm, what do you think? It's outside. There's animals, there's bugs. It's part of it. You don't get away from it. You don't go like this. What's up, VO? What's up, Stephen K? A giant flying rat. Yeah, VO. I'm with you on that to a degree. Um, I think in that there is a little bit of still addiction and bloodlust because my research and everything that I've studied proves unequivocally that the human spirit, the human being, can exist on death-free foods. If I had the money to, I would do this test without question. I would exist on honey and milk. Both are death-free foods. I'd exist on honey and milk, and probably a couple other ad hocs like chocolate and some herbs, maybe some fruits, but most specifically honey and milk, which are death-free. And I would exist in a better, healthier, more, and this even goes back into ancient Egyptian times and call up, look into like the milk of ambrosia and why the queen, the royal jelly, it's the royal jelly, and they gave it to certain children because it made their constitution and their how big they were, how strong they were, and how intelligent they were. They would feed that. That's why, like, for every 100,000 parts of honey, there's one drop of uh, the, the queen's the queen's royal jelly. So I mean, there's a quite an interesting history, but I know and obviously we could exist on ether and be better for it. We could exist on clean waters and milks and honeys. I would do that. But living in the world of society as it is, I don't see a problem eating meat. I'm just not. I'm just not. And I just don't feel. I just don't think I'd have it in me to murk a fucking cow. I don't think I would. I don't think I'd do it to a cow. I definitely couldn't do it to a dog. Why do we differentiate? If you had a dog that was your buddy sitting there, it'd be like killing your fucking friend and eating its body. That was what I was getting at earlier. If you could eat a cow, then you could eat a dog. You go, no, you couldn't, because it's your friend. What if you lived on a farm and you didn't have any dogs, but you had cows? Then could you eat a dog but not a cow? How could you differentiate? What about your friend that this guy that's down the street that you don't really know, but maybe he's an asshole? Would you eat that asshole? I don't even like him. Why would you eat him then? But I do like him. Why'd you kill him then? There's a lot of things that go into that for me. Chocolate covered grasshoppers, chocolate covered cows. Yeah, the brown cows make chocolate milk, dude. Yeah, man. Yeah, fucking yeah. You know what's up. You know that's right. Chocolate cows, dude. Uh, I don't know anything about. I think I've had chocolate covered grasshoppers once. I mean, if you put chocolate on anything, what do you get? It's like I put bacon on everything. And that's the thing too. Go watch. Who was it? Was it Mind Unveiled or Conspiracies R Us? If you guys don't follow their channels, Conspiracies R Us and Mind Unveiled, go follow them. And make sure you watch Mind Unveiled's 4-hour one he just came out with last week. That will shoot you to the moon. There was a whole few episodes. One of them did on pigs being basically humans. Not only from a DNA scientific standpoint, but he goes into all the literature and all the connections to witchery and turning people into pigs and all sorts of weird shit. So whenever someone's eating a pig, are they literally eating a human that has just been transmuted into a pig? It's very interesting shit. That's an interesting watch. So if you're gonna eat a cow, a dog, a chicken, a pig, then would you eat a human? Honestly, thinking about it, I probably have an easier time. See, I probably have an easier time eating a human than I would eating a cow, because in my mind, a cow is harmless and completely innocent of a sheep, a lamb. You ever eaten lamb? You're gonna eat a lamb? You're gonna eat a little baby lamb. You ever eaten lamb chops? Delicious, right? A little mint jelly. Oh god damn, it's so good. But you're gonna eat a lamb. You want to kill a lamb and eat it. I don't see the sense in killing a lamb or a cow. But is it delicious? Yes. You can see lots of sense in getting rid of some of these humans. You can. Anyone that says these animals they're just there for me to eat. They're just they have no feelings. Yeah, of course they have feelings. Stop all that bullshit. So yeah, I think most people would find it much more of a that person is completely useless, worthless, and probably not only useless and worthless, but anti whatever societies, anti going forward as a species. We could thin out the herd here, like Bill Burr says. I've been talking about this. I've been harping on this for 3 specials now. We need to thin the herd out. Some of these people are, is it not so? Yeah. Hey, Stephen K., I hear what you're saying, but here's the thing: is the whole movement that people are doing right now, because they went vegan and they realized that's no good. Now they're going carnivore diet.
bro, you're not a fucking carnivore. You're incisors, the whole thing. If you're a carnivore, you would just go ahead and grab that fucking thing, bite into it, kill it, and eat it right there, raw. But you're not doing that. So just remember the whole we're carnivores. It's a dog shit maneuver. The dude that pushes it is a fucking moron. That balding freak from Sweden. Fuck that dude. Just to be honest, I've already put that out there a long time ago. That it's a this whole thing that you're saying here. It's just another trick of dietary habits that people will convince themselves of because I've done them all. Now this is the best. No, it's not. It's a bloodlust, and you crave blood and death. And I mean, part of the cycle, certainly. But the idea that there are cultures all over the world, there the percentage of cultures that are vegetarian, that are healthy, stronger, smarter, live longer, you can't deny it. So it's not that it's not. We don't need meat. And the whole rheumatoid arthritic animals and the predominantly that's just using fucking words, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not how it works. There are places and things to eat. Climate, locale, seasonal. Eat that shit. If you're in the north, eat the animals. If you're in the south, eat the vegetation. It's pretty simple. When us starting shipping things all different places, we're causing a lot of chaos that way. But there's not by by nature itself. Nature will come into homeostasis with itself. Like you say that it would like if we don't eat them, then well then that's what should happen then, right? It would naturally balance itself out. There won't be an overabundance and overpopulation of something because once there is, by home, home homeostasis, it will balance itself out. And if we happen to put our weapons to it and start shooting things and eating it, so be it. As soon as we kill it, it's going to want to reproduce. So it's probably reproducing more. It's kind of like when people try to be all um, alkalinic and they start putting more alkaline in their body becomes more acidic. We're doing that with everything else. Go to a hospital. I'll prove my point. Go to a hospital. What do you get? You get staph infection. Why? Because they try to kill all the bacteria. Thereby killing all of the bacteria, everything comes back stronger. So all of the bacteria, the bad shit comes back stronger. You go to a hospital, you're guaranteed to get sick or staph infection, even if you weren't sick going in there, because the strains of bacteria are stronger. That's the same thing that will happen in the population out here. If we leave it the fuck alone and just deal with death-free foods and vegetation, we'd be better off. Just a simple matter of reality. What are you talking about? Rising the what the hell to what? Stephen K. I'm gonna cut it on this one. I don't feel like getting all amped up over that. No, death of something is life for something else. No, that's false. I'll deal with that another time. That's false. Death begets death. Life begets life. Something does not need to die for me to live. That's just untrue. That's factually false. Is it factually false? It's just not true. Right now, nothing needs to die for me to exist. Silly. Back to honey. Nothing died for honey to exist. Nothing dies. For milk to exist, nothing dies. Those things I can consume, sun. Nothing's dying because of the sun. I can eat a fruit. Next year, fruits will grow again. Nothing died. There's no death there. It's a fallacy. That you're living in imagination land. You've been talked into some fantasy world where death is a requirement for life. It's not. It so happens that things do die, and we can consume death. I'm a blackbird, and I understand full well transmuting death, but it's not a requirement for my life. Not at all. If we thin the herd and ate all the oh no, I don't. The Bill Burr joke about thinning the herd is the 500 million, get rid of some of the population. And it's mainly because people are just useless consumers. They're just heavy mouth breathers. They don't contribute anything to society. They're pretty much worthless, right? He's saying from that level. Overpopulation is a lie. Okay, hear me out. I know overpopulation is a lie. We could stand to have more people here, but the amount of stupid people we have, we don't need more stupid people. We need people. We used to need people to do all the dumb work. Just go fucking empty the trash, do the farm equipment, blah blah blah, do the fucking paperwork, da da da. Like we needed that. Not so much anymore. Some people are. Oh, we have an overabundance of flooding of stupid people. Yeah, there's well more planet. There's yeah. Hey Stephen K, you're taking things to again. I don't want to go too far with this, but you're taking things to an extreme. I didn't say nothing needs to die. I didn't say nothing. Things I already made a very clear statement. Things are going to die. We can consume the dead things, but and I'm not saying we shouldn't kill shit. I'm not saying that because it's an eventuality. I'm not taking death out of the mix. So you're taking it to that extreme. If nothing died, there would be an imbalance. I'm not saying that. See, you're. I think they got your brain all fucked up, man. I think you're in a cult. I think you're in a you're in a cult. They convince you that you're a carnivore, even though you don't have any of the correct stomach, the teeth. You're not devouring it raw. You're cooking it. You're not a carnivore, and it's got you. I'm not saying death doesn't occur. I already said I eat meat, and I already get the process, and then death will occur. I'm just saying there's all sorts of ways that will happen. Naturally, naturally speaking, how would humans naturally die if it wasn't for us being poisoned all the time? You know what I'm saying? I'm not against killing mosquitoes. I'm not against stepping on cockroaches. I'm not against even killing deer. Obviously we have highways and things. Deers are going to run across the highway. I get it. You got to thin the population. I'm all for that shit. But to say on a mass scale that we have to be the killers and things need to die for me to exist is stupid, wrong, fallacy. And death does exist and it will continue to exist. Doesn't mean you have to be the grim reaper for a baby fucking lamb. And you do need maggots to consume the cadaverine. It's the cadavering process. Like the idea that we put human remains in boxes is silly. You should put them right into the ground, or put them in a tomb because you want to do something with DNA and they knew something, the pharaohs and all that, and the Egyptians. But you know, yeah, the diet thing is always a funny one because a diet means deity. It's who your god is. It's the things you consume. Everyone has the new fad diet. The people that used to be vegans went to carnivore. People that used to eat the sad diet went to uh, raw diet. The people that were on a raw diet realized that didn't work. And people got, then the people went to the probiotic diet. That does work. People went to vegetarian, but they were so still full of so many toxic shit. They thought the vegetarian diet was getting them sick. So they went back to the poison of all of the chemically laced meat products they get from the store because they're not killing it themselves. They're not, there's every diet is the solution for the diet you used to have. It's like your girlfriend sucks, so you go find a new one. Well, she's gonna be good until she sucks, and you got to find another one, right? Your husband's no good until you find another one. It's everything's good enough until you find something wrong with it. Diets included. But we can obviously say there are some things better that the human consumes than others. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. The consuming fruits that come off a tree is of higher order and knowledge than taking a sword to the throat of a pig and taking its shitty, dirty entrails out, cutting up its meat and the stank, and then cooking it. That's a filthy, disgusting, putrid act. When there's a goddamn motherfucking fruit right there, what do you think? What the fuck do you people think that elephants eat? What do you think rhinoceroses eat? What do you think the biggest, strongest, longest living animals on the planet eat? Fruits, vegetables. They're not eating meat. They will eat meat, but it's not their thing. They're not out there. They don't have incisors. They're not killing shit. They will kill something. They will fucking kill you. An elephant will kill you. A rhinoceros, a hippo will kill you. That's not their diet. How the hell are they so strong? Why you got such thick skin? Why is their bones so big? It's just a moronic attitude to believe that you got to go kill something to survive. It's stupid. It really is. It's really the dumbest thing I ever fucking heard in my life. Go talk to the gorilla that doesn't necessarily eat meat, right? He will beat the shit out of you. He will pick you up and toss you over his fucking head. He's not eating meat, but he will fuck you up. You know? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The crows will eat dead shit. They don't kill it. That's see, blackbirds, crows, vultures, blackbirds, they're not killing shit. In fact, most of their diet, they're eating nuts and berries and seeds and things. But you put some meat out there, dead something, they'll come and consume it. They are they're equivalent to the garbage men of reality. Some of the best people you know, what the people that keep reality functioning, society looking the way it does. You want to thank someone. You want to thank anyone for anything that's done in this world. You better fucking start thanking the blackbirds. You better start thanking the fucking garbage men. The garbage that you don't want to deal with. If they don't do their jobs, do you know how quickly your city, you know how quickly your house becomes a no-go zone? Stankin', filthy, fucking putrid mess of a place. If it wasn't because I've lived in places where it's uh we get hurricanes and shit happens and all of a sudden everything's not garbage ain't moving. Garbage it becomes a fucking cesspool quickly. The heat, the rot, the maggot, the stank, everything. It becomes a whole like it smells like death. You get rid of these blackbirds, you get rid of these human beings that are cleaning up your fucking city, your house, your city. Those are the most important part of your reality is garbage. Tell me it's not. The one thing if you got rid of it would destroy the entire system. The system would cease to exist. They should be paid way more than anyone else. I guarantee you that. They work in the most disgusting, filthy conditions. They get the least amount of respect. Luckily, they get paid. Sanitation department. They get paid a little more now, but they keep your life fucking functioning. Yeah, garbage man. That's where it's at. That was always the joke growing up. Oh, your dad's a garbage man because they weren't paid enough, and because I mean you think of it, but they thought of what the job was, not what the job was doing. Do you want to get up, before the butt crack of dawn, any kind of weather? You're talking about, the mailman, the delivery your mail in any kind of weather. The garbage man, any kind of weather. They're coming picking your trash up. Your trash, literally everything you don't want. The filth, the fish, the puke. There's puke in there. There's glass in there. There's a poop from diapers. Name something that you've thrown out or that's been thrown out. The garbage man has to deal with that. And you're like, oh fuck this person. They're not. They're That person should be seriously, garbage man should be making what more? I would say six figures. Teachers, everybody's like, oh, teachers should make more. No, they shouldn't. They should make less. They should be happy to make what they make for working in institutions of imprisoning young minds with ignorance and stupidity and lies. Sorry to break it to you, if you're a teacher, you're an asshole. Just the fact of the matter. If you work in collegiate higher learning, you get your tenure, making all sorts of money. Yeah, so you can write a book and then make them buy your book. Buy my book. You go to school for $100,000. Now you're in debt. Like what a system. What a fucking joke. It's all. But you know what? Now we're getting to that new world. You can learn anything you want off the internet. Oh, here's what happened to me. I was on Reddit, the coolest place on earth. I got banned from a subreddit called Interesting as Fuck. The name of the subreddit is Interesting as Fuck. And it said interesting as fuck. And it was this baby and this really creepy doctor guy. But he had a stabby device. He had a knife to stab this child with, but he kept playing with the child to misdirect it so he could stab the thing. But I don't know what was in the thing, right? Someone to stab it with his knife. You know what I'm talking about. And it said, interesting as fuck. And it says this, blah, blah, and it gives this like glowing, here. And then you read the comments, and it was like, oh, I'm waiting here with my popcorn for the anti da 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 da's to come through. And I made a comment that was like, hey, let's retitle this Creepy Guy Stabs a Baby. To which I had 10 comments afterwards ripping me an asshole, calling me all sorts of names, all sorts of piece of shit. And I got banned for that just saying you should retitle this. Everybody else, they're happy to be on there. Just negative, glowing negative reviews, negative 100 karmas. Oh, it fucking hurt me. And everybody's just shitting on me. They still have their accounts. They didn't get banned. I got banned from that because I said that. So you can't so because I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm absolutely moron. Yep. Moron. What's up, TD Mallard? What's the kitchen partners? Kitchen porters? I don't know what you mean there, TD. Inverted in who we value. I'm missing where I was what that referring to, but your brother works at the water treatment plant, and it is underrated necessary job. Yep, but that's for sure. The only dilemma, water treatment plants, like if they're actually cleaning it, yeah, but the moment they start sticking that flow rider in there and all the other chemical nonsense, then they should be beheaded, honestly. That water treatment plants, for the majority of them, they just like, hey, let's clean the water, but now let's add back to it things that I have to put a whole fucking plastic suit on, so because this chemical will eat away. Yeah, let's go ahead and put that in the human body. Good idea. Yeah, the Zen Meister to get banded. Yeah, well, yeah, Frederic, the one of the greatest movies ever made. Uh, fucking Idiocracy. Remember the whole intro, and they're just all of the giant landfills. Uh, TD Mallard, I'm not following anything you're saying here. The pot wash is the garbage man in the kitchen. Are you? Hey, TD, are you Irish or something? Is this why I'm not following the language that you're given? The pot wash is the garbage man in the kitchen. I don't know what the pot wash means. Sorry, dude. I'm just, I'm trying my best here. The pot wash. Yeah, that's see, it's always funny when people, even people that speak the same language, depending on their, uh, you know, where exactly they have a few things they'll say that like I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm using English here. I don't know what the fuck that means. Oh, the pot wash, the guy who washes the dishes. I got you. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. English. There we go. Ah, there you go. And this is why we don't understand each other, because you people over there in England, the reason we try to escape your dumbasses, because you said you were teaching us English, and you guys don't even speak English right. You're like, oh, what could you do? What the corner heads, dong. You're like, between you and the Irish people, like, what the fuck are you even saying? I'm speaking proper King's English here. You guys are throwing R's where L's should be and S's over here and cutting this front portion of the word off. I was like, you fucking invented the language. You don't even know how to speak it. And your food sucks too. Fucking beans and wheat bread. British. Ain't that English is a British? If I did down the town, down the front, down the lorry and Charlie. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. I mean, between Australia, so you got Australian, British, Irish, all that shit. What are you fucking talking about, mate? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's equally as troubling, in the United States to go to the South. Like, what the fuck are they saying? I mean, I live in the South, but so far beyond the South, I can't understand half the fucking things people are saying. Then I go into the inner city and I'm like, I got no idea what these motherfuckers are saying. Same goddamn language, same spelling, everything, but based upon your general locale. You know what I'm saying? You come to the States, and there'll be one little area that people will talk somewhat normal. It's not quite, you'll still understand people in the Midwest. You'll still understand people in California. If you get outside of New York, you'll still understand people in New York City, but they're going to have an accent. But when you get into the South in certain places, the 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 accent is so like it's something else. You're like, are you speaking the same fucking language? Like, yep, it's all English derivatives. It's not like it's like if you go to India, it's like the dialects here are so crazy. You go to India, it's a whole different language. They'll have some keywords, but they change the language. Here, no, like, what are you speaking? No, it's English. What kind of English? Well, depends on what, what state you're in. Have you ever been to Arkansas? Arkansas. How is that Arkansas? It's Arkansas. It's literally AR than the word Kansas. Nope, Arkansas. I don't understand that shit. No, I haven't. What is seriously put some hot sauce on what? Put some hot sauce on anything. What's your hot sauce of choice? Rising Love. What's your do you got a go to hot sauce? Mine is probably I don't know. Crystals, Louisiana, uh, and I like Texas Pete. I don't care what anybody says. Some people clown on Texas Pete, but it's not as hot. It's a little sweeter, but Texas Pete is pretty all right by me, man. Just as a little something that goes on anything. breakfast sandwich. I don't know how. I don't know how that stupid shit that they sell everywhere that tastes. It's like the Tabasco. Tabasco sauce is fucking. Oh, Cholula. Cholula's on my top four. That's in that whole. That's Cholula, Louisiana, Crystal, and Texas Pete. Those are the top four. Yep. And that shit that is so it's the Tabasco. First of all, if I go somewhere that has Tabasco sauce, I'm like, this is not hot sauce. Get this the fuck away from me. And oddly, most places I go, they don't really have it. But when they do, I'm like, this is not hot sauce. This is fucking vinegar and wood and some serrano peppers. This is fucking trash. I don't want that on anything. Get that the fuck away from me. And the fact that it's so marketed and so big, and people are like, oh, Tabasco. They have like two good hot sauces, and they're pretty. They're actually pretty new, and they're really good. But they're one is a chipotle, and another is something else that they do. Very good, but their standard sauce is dog shit. I don't know how they fucking marketed that to be like Tabasco. Oh, stop it. That's not hot sauce. Oh, you know what? There you go. There's number 5. How did I forget that? Yeah, Tapatio. Tapatio. So Tapatio, Cholula. Yeah. That's the 5. Man, I feel really bad about forgetting about Tapatio. That's what I should do in my mind is go through all the restaurants I go to. Texas Pete is not on the table down here. That's in the north. Tabasco in that. See now that seems completely off to me. You just went from Tapatio to using in literally the drink that requires Tapatio. You're putting Tabasco in the Michelada. Oh man, I don't know. That's that's when you use crystals or Cholula or Tapatio or yeah, I can't agree with that at all. Say it with me. Tabasco is not hot sauce. Tabasco is cat piss. Tabasco is cat piss. How about that? I'm gonna start a campaign right now. Tabasco sauce is cat piss. I don't know what it's for. I don't know what the campaign's doing. It's just letting people know that it's not. It's not for human consumption. It doesn't make any. It doesn't make anything taste better. The maybe if you add it to some mayonnaise for some types of French fries, maybe. I just don't know what the purpose of it is. There was never a time I had a meal and I was like, hey, let me put some cat piss on it. I never said, hey, let me put some Tabasco on it. Hot sauce? Yeah. Plenty of breakfast things I like. I like hot sauce on my eggs sometimes. Not always, sometimes. I like it on any Mexican food. I like it on certain things. Never once. So I'm like, hey, how can I ruin my meal? Bloody Mary. Once again, why would I ruin my Bloody Mary with cat piss? No, that's Louisiana. Louisiana or any sauce that's red, not vinegar, not watery, not whatever the fuck they do. It tastes like wood, cat piss, vinegar, and serrano chilies. It's not a good flavor. It's gotta be red. And speaking of hot sauces, if anybody wants to, first of all, thank you, Rising Love. I think it was you for the ducats. That was you. Thank you. If it wasn't, you can. I think it was you. I'm pretty sure. I just forget who sent it to me. I think I sent you a thank you. No. If anybody else wants to buy me hot sauce, I just realized I'm out of hot sauce. The last two bottles I had was it was called Swamp Dragon, and it was a tequila hot sauce. It was super hot. And then I had a El Yucata, Lyucat, Yucato, Yucato, Yucato. It's the first time I ever had it, so that's why I can't remember the name so well. And as a black label, it was a black hot sauce. It was a Chipotle habanero, fucking amazing, smoky Chipotle habanero hot sauce. But I ran out of both those, and right now I'm down to like next to no hot. So if anybody wants to buy me hot sauce, boom, you know how to do it. There's all the descriptions beneath. You can find my old writings if you want to know what I sound like when I'm typing. You won't get any writing from me that is like the way, like if I was going to write a short story or poetry or something, it's not that way. I'm writing in my WordPress that you're going to see beneath there. If you go to it, I attempted writing the way that I talk. So as I go through a little bit of a comma, a couple, you know, little space, little I try to type it out that way, the way that I'm thinking. So I'm trying to do it like real time. So you don't make a mistake of thinking that I'm just going to type something. Well, woke up at 2 in the morning and there was three puppies there. Her name was, and then semicolon. Like I don't. If I want to do that, that's for a short story, not writing. So, anyways, if you guys want to see some of my writings, there it is. If you ever need any help one on one, you can hit me at TheoLuminous means Godlight, gmail.com. It's right there. And you can always hit me with dollars and awesomeness at Cash App and PayPal and Venmo, TSAR capital XEN. Make sure you capitalize the X. Um, yeah, and hot sauce. And if you ever want to send me something, I mean, if you want to send me something, it's like, I mean, I get it. Like, if it's an actual gift, I'll tell you where to send it to. But if it's like you want to get me something, just put in the description box. It's for whatever, and I'll buy it because it's way easier. Because some things are like people are like, oh, I'll send it to you, and then it costs them, $10 to send it. And that's not. I'm like, it'd have been free for me to get it shipped from Amazon. What about chili garlic sauce? Like, what are you talking about? Like sriracha? Sriracha's dope. But sriracha's in its own game. I don't think you can put sriracha in with hot sauces in the sense that I'm not putting sriracha in the same type of food. It's specific for obviously Asian-esque food. I'm not putting that on, even though Indian is Asian. I'm not putting on an Indian food. No fucking way. There are some things sriracha goes in that isn't Asian, but majority of it's going to go in a pho. It's going to go as a mixture for the type of heat it is. It mixes well with that kind of cuisine. Goes good on ramen. Yeah. Oh yeah. Some garlic, some roasted garlic. Check it out. Roasted garlic, um, sriracha, soy, garlicky noodles with some shallots or green onions or scallions, whatever you call it. Fresh cracked pepper and a soft to medium boiled egg. Oh, that's dope right there. Heavy on the roasted garlic. Hmm. Or you could thinly slice it and fry it, so you get some garlic chips. You know what I'm talking about? Hot sauce, hot sauce. Yeah, yeah. There's a women can usually, for the most part, women can handle hotter slices. Yeah. Go check out this video of an Indian woman. who is eating bahut jolokias, which is ghost pepper. For the longest time, it was like the hottest pepper in the world, and they started hybridizing things, and they came out with the Carolina Reaper, and then so bahut jolokias are like 900,000 heat units, and the ghost, so it's a ghost chili, and the other ones are like in the millions, the Carolina Reaper, and they just started breeding them to be as fucking hot as possible. Anyways, so she was doing a contest where people were just eating them like this. How many? They just had a plate full, like a whole fucking plate. How many could you eat in 3 minutes? And they're just going, um, um. Now, when the contest is over, she grabs them and just rubs them into her face and eyeballs. I've touched my eyes and my dick after eating a Thai chili, which is about 70 to 100,000. And to tell you it was burning and that I was just bleeding. I was bleeding out of my eyes and dick water. Like just I couldn't even imagine what to put in. Because you know like uh, a million is not 10 times hotter than 100,000. It's infinitely hotter. I don't know how much into hot sauces and hot stuff you guys are. Like whenever I watch that show Hot Ones. Anybody watch Hot Ones? That chicken wing eating show. Awesome show. The dude that does it's a fucking maniac. I don't know. I don't know how these people get on there and do it because I can. I'm okay with hot stuff. I can handle it to a degree. But I'm like, if they're really eating those sauces and they keep going, like part of me doesn't believe it because I think most of them would probably have the hiccups, pass out, drool, die. I mean, I've eaten, and the hottest thing I think I've ever eaten is probably a habanero, which would be like 350,000. And most of those sauces get way hotter than that. I haven't eaten the whole one. I've eaten a sliver of one, and I watched one of my friends. My friends ate one of the ghost chilies, like just a sliver off the end, and ate it. And at first he was like, "Oh, that ain't so bad," so he took like a bigger piece. Not a good idea. He ended up vomiting in the toilet, and me having to put yogurt on his neck and give him like he didn't have any milk, so I'm just like spoon feeding him yogurt as he's vomiting. Shit is not. I don't know how people are eating those hot wings, dude. They there's got to be some contractual thing where like they're like, hey, you just got to tell people we're eating this shit. There's no way we're eating. You can put something spicy on there because there's no way. That shit is way too hot. Yeah, it's yeah, but his name is Sean something. Yeah, I just the amount of most people get through the wing gauntlet. To tell you the truth, I'm not buying it because I've eaten the hottest wings at Buffalo Wild Wings, but I also had ranch dressing and whatever else, and I'm sitting there drooling, snot's coming out my nose, I'm crying, and I'm just going to the bathroom and just splashing cold water to get everything off my face, chugging milk, and I'm just like, and that's not even that hot, and these people are just sitting there. They're not all that capable of taking a fucking a 300 400,000 uh what do they call it, the heat unit joints on that shit. There's no way you're not taking the face, and it's just the wing. They're no fucking there's no cream cheese, there's no sour cream, there's no milk, there's no fatty substances. No way they're all doing that. I'm having a real hard time believing that. They swear, but look at here's the thing is there's if you're in Hollywood, you have writers, you have like I mean, okay, so most of them say they have to sign a waiver to be on the show, obviously, because if you eat something and you get poisoned, but they could have in the other direction, like, hey, do you want me on the show? And his name is Sean Evans. Sean and his production crew be like, oh, we can get fucking Gordon Ramsay on. I mean, Gordon Ramsay probably did because he's a food. But say they get a big name on it, and the person's like, all right, I'll act like I'm eating these wings with you, but you cannot. It cannot be. It can be not be that. That's too spicy. I can't do that. I'll die. And they'd be like, all right, we'll put something else on. You have to believe that's a thing. There's no, and they just like, you can't say that it's not. I'll be on your show. I'll do this, but I cannot eat that because there's no way these motherfuckers are just. Some of them, you see these chicks they're getting through, they eat them like a boss. Just eat it and just. You're not doing that. No, I see people that are even good with hot. One of my friends is Indian. He loves hot food, but even when he eats it, his eyes get big. He starts sweating on his forehead, like, and he's excited. And there's no. You're not fucking doing that. Anybody? Sal's hot sauce? No, I don't know anything about it. Let me see what I have right now. Let's see if I have any of this bottle left. No, I know what I did. I took it down to the common area at the pool and left it there. The boss sauce. What you know about boss sauce is really good, man. Boss sauce. I've had that used to be this place that I used to have. I fucking forget the name of it. It's this chicken wing place, and they use boss sauce on that shit. Yeah, that's good. That's kind of boss sauce is kind of like it steers towards sriracha but sweeter. That can go on anything. They go on like regular chicken, then go on whatever. That's good. I would never buy it. It's just too obvious of a it's just hot sauce. It's kind of thick though. It's a very specific flavor. Oh, that's right. A rising love. I forgot about it. Yeah, this is. I forgot you're from where I'm from. No, 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 no. On a garbage plate, you use whatever they give you there. Oh, the only time you would isn't that where they have? Do they have Tabasco there? That is when the one and only time you should use Tabasco sauce is at what the fuck is the name of the place now? I haven't had it in so long. Dude, go and go get me a plate. Package that bitch up, put it in a freeze dryer thing. I don't know, send that bitch to me. Or bring one down. What are you doing? Nick Tahoe's. Boom. If you don't know about Nick Tahoe's, that shit is the joint. Do not get that during the daytime, only get that at night. Nick Tahoe's is that Jimmy Jams. You get cheese plates. You get you just say cheese, onions, everything, hot sauce. Or you get the whatever the fuck the hot shit they put on there. It's not hot sauce. It's like a meat sauce, a hot meat sauce. Nick Tahoe's, brah. I'm talking about the chicken wing place is help me with this here. I'm trying to remember that it's on Jefferson Road, right? It's in that little plaza, and they do chicken. They're chicken wings, but if they do a sweet and sour sauce, they do like a sweet and sour boss sauce. That is the greatest. I've watched someone eat two full plates and order a third to take home. Like if you can get through one, you've had a night. You do cheese mac. Here's how you'd order: cheese mac, home fry, everything, hot sauce. There it is. Cheese mac. That's mine. That's my order. I want cheese, mac, home fries, everything, and they'll just give you a bottle of hot sauce. It's like, get out of here. But you order at night because they'll fuck up your order during the day. What is the name of the chicken wing place? Pudgy's Pizza's good. Now that's out. See, that's over near you, right? Pudgy's is out in Brighton. It's good. I haven't had it in a while. It's really good. No, I'm talking about the chicken wing place. For anybody that doesn't know, this is upstate New York talk. This is Rochester. There's a place called oh, you're gonna make me. I'm thinking about this so hard right now. I'm doing the alphabet game, and I might be wrong on Jefferson Road. I can see the place. I've driven it so many times. It's almost to the city. Almost the city. I guess it's in between Henrietta, Brighton, and City. It's in that little trifecta right there. Well, I guess we're not. No, not Birdland. Shallers. Shallers is out by the. That's out by the lake. No, 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 no. I guess we're not gonna get it right now. It's another place where you kind of order the same way you'd order Nick Tahoe's. You order the plate the same way, but you get this. It's like a sweet and sour kind of wing. Ah, you're making me hungry for these foods right now. Rising love, you gotta. I'm telling you, what, dude, get yourself a plane ticket, and I'll figure out what the name of this place is. But you're before you come down here, you're bringing with you this chicken wing place and then Nick Tahoe's plate for me. And in return, I will show you the entire city. You'll get the whole full on New Orleans experience, which is well worth Nick Tahoe's chicken. I'll take you to two of the most amazing parks. We'll go to the Noma. We'll go to the outdoor sculpture garden. We'll go see some fancy. We'll see some fancy shit. We'll go to museums. We'll go to bars. We'll go to wherever the fuck you want. It's football season. We'll do some who dat shit. Man, it's really tripped me out because I want to I want to know the name of this chicken wing place now. Dude, dude, are we the only place in the world that does that? A white hot? Anybody know about hot dogs? We do white hots, and I like them better. I think they're more tasty. What the fuck's going on there? The texture is different, and the flavor is what's up, man. I'm all about them white hots, dog. Can you get them anywhere else? Is that just some upstate New York shit? What white hot dogs? Yes, sir. That's confusing, but are they not tremendous? I'm saying if people don't know, okay, you know how everywhere has their kind of little thing that they do. Okay, there's places to do like they'll do like pepperoni roll. Okay, it's pepperoni and cheese in a yeah. You can get pepperoni. It's a pizza in a thing. I get it. Everywhere else has got their little kind of thing that they do, but a white hot dog? Nah, you ain't got that shit. Zweiglers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got that. That's right. White hots are a whole different. It's a whole different ballpark. It is a whole different thing. And to tell you what's better, I don't know why it didn't catch on. I don't know why everywhere doesn't know. I've always said if you open up a Nick Tahoe's anywhere else, you could work. You could open up those any normal Rochester, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Philly kind of town. You could open up one of those anywhere. It would fucking kill. At first, people are like, a garbage plate? What the hell's going on here? How come these burgers ain't got no buns? And then they put their hand in a trash bag and grab you fucking some sort of kind of smushy stale bread. That here's a couple slabs of butter, stick on that bitch, and they're like, so you just eat the macaroni and cheese. Yeah, you put the macaroni and cheese with the potatoes. You put the ketchup on it, the hot sauce, and then you take the burger and put it all together. And oh my god, is it a fucking delight? Yeah, you make me all sorts of hungry right now. Yeah, sit down by what's the park there? Seabreeze, Seabreeze, getting them Italian sausages with everything on it. Uh huh. Yep, yep. That's what's up, man. Oh, those are the little things right there. Now, of course, those are all amazing, and they're kind of like, oh, you know, makes me kind of, what is that like? You remember back to your childhood, and you have this little, you go there, you live that reminiscence. I would go there and be like, oh, this is great, and then be like, all right, that was fun. Now what? And there'd be nothing left. Yeah, the merry-go-round there was dope. Seabreeze was cool. I went there all the time. Seabreeze dog. Uh, it's so funny growing up there. I never knew the position. I never knew what north was. Let me give you an idea of mapping and understanding where you are. When I lived there, I knew where things were based upon like I could map it out and I would know what the street was and how to get places and that, I even worked for a pizza shop, so I knew a map. But I didn't know what north, south, east, or west was. But then I started living other places and I would live in cities and then I would use like when I lived in Baltimore, you have your beltway where I lived within the beltway. I knew what north, south, east, and west was, so I could locate things in the quadrants of northeast, northwest, southwest. I, I never seen that city that way because it was when I was younger. I never observed it that way. Everywhere else I live, I know what north is. Where my house is right now, north is that way. And you know what I'm saying? Like I know exactly what the river is. I know how to get based on that. And now that I've looked at a map of where I used to live, I'm just like, holy shit, everything in my mind, north to me then was actually in the other direction. It was south. Like when I thought I was going north, I could have been going east. Anyway, does that make sense to anybody? Have you ever looked at a map or maybe it's because I didn't have GPS and now that I have GPS, I can look at a map anytime I want. And I can get around without a map. I don't even use my GPS to get around because I know which way north is. There, it was kind of I used roads. Do I remember the story of the white lady? Uh, there's too many good jokes. Which white lady? Was her name Karen? Let me go refill my glass. What's the story of the white lady? White ladies got lots of stories to tell, don't they? The ghost? No, I don't have any. I don't have any ghost stories. The only stories I know are things that like actually happened. Like, these kids found a body over there, and I knew the kids. Like, they're like, holy shit, there was a body there, and I knew the kid that stole the police car and blew a hole through the roof. Like, that was my neighbor. I hung out with him all the time. Like I knew that kind of shit. I didn't know any like ghost stories or nothing. Hey, is anybody here feverishly uh like masturbating and looking at my face? I mean, just like, do you need me to be on camera? or is everybody just listening to me? Because if you're just listening to me, I'm gonna go sit over there and turn my camera off. But if you guys, if this is part of the ambiance that you need to see me doing all this with my hands, whatever, I can stay here, I guess. Just throw that out there. Unless, like, 'cause some people like to watch what they're listening to. Some people don't care. Just put that out there. If you don't care, I'm turning the camera off. uh, wait, it's not 3 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock right now. You're only an hour difference. It's 4 o'clock, you dog. Yeah, don't make the dogs bark. What are you laughing at? Are you laughing at me? Did I say something funny? No one has ever accused me of not being funny. Wait, they do all the time. I get that shit all the time. I think I'm gonna start another channel up that now that I know there's a bunch of things I cannot say on here. I might have to start up another channel on a free like a. Because I used to be able to say anything I want on here. Now I can say slurs and I can say all sorts of f bombs and s words. I can say all the words except for there's a whole category of inferences I can't even make that I want to talk about. But I found myself using coded language, which I don't think is even so silly to have to do that. I want to talk about something right now, and I can't because it'll shut my channel down. Isn't that weird? I hate that. Wait, you're in Cali now? I'm so confused. Oh, I got my whole. I'm all switched. I'm all. Yeah, that's right. You're from there and you're Cali. Well, then what? You should have let me know that earlier. Then you can't get me a fucking. You can't get me a Nick Tahoe's plate, bastards. How the hell are you gonna do that? Is there Nick Tahoe's? Yeah, it's become that way, isn't it? Oh, I like how you spelled you. That's funny. Man, you ever see a baby or a puppy try to just stay awake, or like your grandpa or your uncle at Thanksgiving after eating all the turkey and catching that tryptophan nap. I'm fighting through that right now. Only because if I do for a little bit, I'll be really sleepy in like 20 minutes when I go to bed, and I'll sleep hard. And that it could be awesome. I don't know if I'll make it 20 more minutes, but I am here for your um, entertainment and observation until I do fall into the wonderment of sleepy land. I'm going over to my bed right now. You guys can fall asleep with me. I had to grab my plug. Here, come over here with me. Come hither, Heather. Okay, there we go. Got you here. You still hear me? Cool. Let me grab my beverage and my table, and we'll be back to talking about who knows what any moment now.
I think I'll have a whole different perspective and thought process once I lay down. Let me explain this. You're in a dream, and when you wake up, you move, and as soon as you move, you forget the dream. You start thinking something else. So you're literally um, putting energy and waters in your head and your brain to different spots. So you're like, if you want to remember your dreams, don't move. But if you move, you start to think differently. If you put yourself in a different posture, you have different ideas. So I put myself in a different posture, so maybe I have a different idea. Oh, you want a tour of my place right now? Oh, shit. You want to see my place? Fine, hold on. I'll give you the miniature view. Let me see. I'll give you one mini view. All right. I'm not showing you the whole place because it's so funny. I'm slightly sick and stupid right now. Here, let me turn this shit around. How do I do it? Hold on. Camera off. More camera. Broadcast, post, layout, settings. Camera. Front facing. Facing back. Okay. So check it out. Here's my. Okay. There you go. There's my, that's where I sit right there. Uh, there's my car and my TV. I watch stuff on. There's my cool couch. There's some cool artwork that I have there. I don't know why I just flipped it in reverse. My kitchen's right over there. This is the size of my apartment, and there's my bed that I'm on. So that's it. Boom. I'd show you the rest of it, but I'm kind of fucking beat. It's just a studio. Ain't much to it. Settings, camera, front facing one, and close. And here's behind me. There's my cool tapestry. Well, that's not a tapestry. This is straight from India. All this shit is all hand done. There's my dream catcher. There's my elephant. Well, one of the many. So from this angle, there's me. So there's all I do, really. Not much to it. One room studio. It's a shack. Um, yeah, Frederic, how does your comment show up right there, right then, where it says reminiscence, bittersweet memories of past times? We were talking about that like 20 minutes ago. How does that show up right then? That's such a curiosity to me. You know what's always a curiosity to me, Frederic? Your comments always show up most random times. Like in this broadcast, that just showed up, right? And we were talking about that a very long time ago. Whenever you send me something on, like, if I made a video and you watch it, it will it will show up twice in my comments. Like it will post it twice, and sometimes I won't be able to respond to one of them, and sometimes won't let me read the rest of it, and sometimes it has nothing to do with anything in the video. It's the weirdest thing. Other time it's like something that I was talking about in the middle of it, so I'm like, obviously you're listening to it, but it's a strange thing. Strange, strange, strange. All right, let me turn this light off. Okay, where are we at? What are we talking about? I suppose whenever you're commenting something, maybe you're just really behind the broadcast, and that's when you're hearing it. So you're gonna hear me say this in 10 minutes, and maybe you don't realize that you're behind, or maybe you are and you're just commenting. But whatever you know, if I'm doing something in real time and you're watching it 20 minutes behind, that could be what's going on, I suppose. I mean, that could be a few people in here whenever they're listening. Some people do get a little behind, and this is already on delay by 10 seconds, but that was 10 minutes to do it, 10 seconds. So, yeah, what's up? What's going on, everybody? Anything new, sparkling, wonderful, weird in your life? If no one types anything here, I will probably just go off to Betty Bylands, do little sleepy nappies. What do you think about that? Reboot store. Reboot store. Yo, Zen, thank you. Of course. You have no friend anymore, but thanks. What do you mean? Hey, no, I don't think most people don't have friends. You have a lot of acquaintances, and you're not supposed. Friends are. You gotta have family, man. You make family where you go. Friends are overrated. I don't have a lot of friends. I mean, I'm friendly with people. I'm people's friend. I don't know how much they're my friend. You know what I'm saying? Oh well. Yeah. I'm ass out of here anyway. So hey, reboot. Good to see you. Rising love. Good to see you. Frederic. Everybody else. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night too. My last show was pretty fun. There's a lot of I dug into a lot of things in there. If anybody's interested, a few hours to spare, check that out. And as always, there is a description box and a ticker tape banner on the bottom that will give you my Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo, which supports me educating you motherfuckers. And that's TsarXen at PayPal and Venmo. Or no, at PayPal and Cash App. Yeah, Venmo is Zen-Atman-1. You'll see it there. And it also gives you my email if you need help with anything personally. And it gives you my WordPress to read my old writings. And remember the rules in life. One, be yourself, be weird, because everybody else is already taken. And if you feel like you have a lot of energy, currency, money, anything, and you have so much, you can help someone out. Make sure you do help someone out. If it's me, that's great. If it's not me and it's someone else, that's cool too. And as soon as I say I'm about to dip, a bunch of more people show up. That's always funny to me. But unless I'll give you guys 45, I'll give you one more minute. If anybody says anything of any importance, I'll stick around. If not, I'm gonna dip. I'm gonna go off into the dream world. But we'll see. It's always happened that way. Yeah, closing out. Last fucking. It's like whatever. Whenever you're closing the kitchen, everybody's like, "Ah, let me get that pizza." You're like, "Fuck." Insect chitness from What's up, Jamie Heather? All right, yeah. Hey, good to see you. I'm ass out of here. I hope you enjoyed the show. Feel free to watch some of my other shit or scroll back through here. We didn't really talk about much. At the beginning, there was some fun stuff, and then we just started talking about hot sauces. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.